Welcome to another episode of Driven on Red. Today we're going to be looking at the BMW 530i. This one's the E60 model. It's got features like xenon lights, heads-up display, and this for a long time has been the king of the luxury, small, mid-sized luxury car market, trumping the Mercedes, the Audi A6, and we're going to show you why.
The BMW 5 Series is available with a wide range of engines. You can get the 520i, which is just a standard petrol engine. You can get a diesel, and you can also get the 530i, which is what we're driving. The M5 is also available, which is a V10 engine, and it's pretty damn fast.
So you're joining me at the back of the 530i. You can see we're losing a bit of light, so we've turned the lights on. It also gives you an opportunity to see how cool they actually are. These LED strips are all individual. Got the indicators up here as well, so it's a bit of a different styling option, especially from the E90. Down here, chrome exhaust tips. These are standard, especially in the 530i. Parking sensors front and rear, also standard. And the tailgate opens nice and quick and wide. And also you can see we've got heaps of room. We've got a few towels thrown back there as well. Plenty of room. Storage compartments on either side. And also underneath the false floor, we've got a spare wheel. So it's not like the E90 with the run flats. You actually do have a spare tire and a jack. So in the back of the 5 Series, obviously being such a large car, you'd expect it to have heaps of room, and obviously sitting back, plenty of legroom. Like, that's plenty, that's way too much even. Headroom is just as accommodating, especially with these cut-out roof scoops, so nice lean back effect as well. You feel like you're in a bit of a limo here. And also complemented is these ashtrays down here on either side of the doors with the door bin, so you kind of feel like you're being driven around in style. Got your own climate control back here as well, so keep you at the right temperature. Another interesting feature is this fold-down armrest style platform here. You've got your own storage up under here, so to store your gadgets and whatnot, and you've got pop-out cup holders, so that's actually pretty cool. It's the headrest and then it becomes the cup holders, so you don't see that very often. It's a bit of a fiddly gadget, but once you figure it out, you're alright. Joining me in the front of the 530i here, as you can see, it's very plush cabin. You got your wood interior. You can also swap this out for a metallic finish if you're a bit more sporty. You've got this old school kind of steering wheel. It's very big and wide with your controls all well laid out. As for the storage spaces, you've got your cup holders, you've got your center armrest cubby, your glove box, which is nice and big as well. And also you've got a compartment under the driver's knee. Cigarette lighter is also down here, which you can open up, and you got a nice amount of storage in here as well. BMW's iDrive solution is actually quite complex to figure out new, so we won't go over it in depth, but you can probably look forward to seeing something like that in the future if that's something you guys want to see. So just know that it's there. You've also got a head-up display, which we'll show you when we're driving, so that's actually a pretty awesome little feature, especially when you're driving around town. You don't want to keep looking down at your speedo, down at your nav, so it's all just up in front of you. So we're going to take it for a drive now. So we're driving the 530i now. It's overall pretty comfy in here, not gonna lie. Nice air suspension, steering is pretty light. When you put it in sports mode though, do it a bit later, I won't do it right now, it gets very firm. So unlike the main rivals, this steering is actually hydraulic. It's not an electric system, which Audi and Mercedes tend to use, so it's not as light as it could be, but it's up to you whether that's a good or a bad thing. I personally like it a bit heavier. Feels a bit more connected in terms of drive, and you know that complements the cockpit. It also wraps around you as you're driving. All complements the driving style of the vehicle, especially with the rear-wheel drive chassis. It's fantastic. Now the headlights are xenon, so they've also got a system which dips them, as you can see just now. Thought we'd film it a bit later in the evening, so you could actually see all the features and the lights inside the cabin, because it's quite a nice ambient feeling driving around town. The heads-up display is also in front of me. I'm not sure if you can get a clear view of it or not, but it's there, we can assure you. We'll see if we can get it in focus or not. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the heads-up display in. So that's the navigation and whatnot. As you can see, if we put it in the entertainment, we get a dual screen with the nav and the entertainment system, so they're both on there. But I have to say, just driving this 5 Series, it feels like it's got a bit of power, and it feels very connected. Like, if you're driving the A6, it feels it's completely different. It's almost boring in comparison. So what I'll do now is I'll put it in sports mode, I'll wait for this car to go. I'm not going to break the limit, but as you can see there, just keep the tail out, rear-wheel drive chassis, it's absolutely fantastic. It's got a lot of performance for a big car. It goes, and it sounds good as well when you're going. It doesn't sound boring like an old sedate thing. It actually sounds pretty fruitful. It's a V6, as I mentioned at the start of the video, so you know it's got a bit of performance. It's not turbocharged, but you know, it's not a brand new car either, so you're not going to get all that new technology. But in terms of a car, it drives fantastically. Now I'm going to take this corner quite sharply, see if we can get a bit more. Drives fantastically, I have to say. You can keep the tail out, it's brilliant. So we're just driving the car now to a little sort of dead end area to show you how hard it actually is to maneuver around, because it feels very big. Even though it's not a very heavy or big car, it feels that way. So I have to come nice and wide just to get the line right. So I'm coming in now, and there's a car parked here. See, in any other car you would have made that, but I'm going to consult my parking sensors because I really actually can't see it. We might just make it. I'm not going to take the chance though, because it's 5 Series, so we're going to reverse. Now we've got this interesting feature where if we put it in full lock and we want to turn it back the other way, it only takes one turn and I'm at full lock again. So it doesn't have to, you don't have to keep turning around and around. This is something that BMW's pioneered, so you don't have to break your arm trying to spin the wheel around. So it's quite helpful, especially when going around small roundabouts, reversing in town, parallel parking, all that sort of stuff. So kudos to BMW for that. Thanks for watching our review of the BMW 530i. It's a brilliant car. Even though it's not as efficient as you'd like, it's got great performance and handling to match. So this particular model is available for sale. It's a used car at BMW in Mornington, so definitely check them out if you want to score a great deal. Thanks for watching again. So rate, comment, subscribe. As always, thanks.